Hi everybody, Stefan here from EDC Austria and welcome back to the Italian Ration Module C review. Today we are talking about breakfast and lunch. Hi everybody. So if you're back, then you probably have seen part 1 where we did the unboxing and the dinner portion, and now I've just put everything from the breakfast box, everything that was in there, I put again down here so we can check out if we missed anything important. First off, we have two packs of these tablets, and like I said before, probably the nicest stove I've ever got in a ration, so I'll surely keep those. Then also something very unique to this ration, the 3 toothbrushes, and they are packed twice here and then again packed individually. But they do actually feel like a high quality toothbrush. The very sturdy material. As for the toothpaste, I'm not familiar with the brand, but I'm sure it's nice. But I'll definitely keep the other two for storage. You never know when you're gonna need something like this. And that's again what I've said before. They are so nice in giving you this stuff, yet they completely forgot to give you any kind of cold beverage. You only get the 3 coffees. And while we are talking about 3 coffees, I guess I have to suffer again, even though I really can't have coffee, but I'll do it again because we need to check out the sweetened condensed milk. And here we use the 1 spoon we got for breakfast. And we got how much? How many? 2 napkins. That's awesome. Okay. And here we have our sweetened condensed milk. So you just put this in here and it's open. And of course the pressure is too big. Let's try it on its own first. Really has a nice sweet taste, a bit like caramel or something sweet but not very definable, and still a bit like coffee, which I don't understand because it tasted like that before I took the spoon out of the coffee. Okay, let's put a nice and decent amount in there so that I don't get disturbed by too much coffee taste. I already told you in the last video that the coffee was strong, and I can tell you if it's good because I don't know that. I really only had it a handful of times, not 3 or 4 like I said in the last video, but I think I'm now 42 and the last time I had coffee was literally when I was 20 or 21 selling cars, which was a great job by the way. Okay, now it's of course looking a lot nicer than it did without the sweetened condensed milk. Sadly, I don't have any assistants because that was awesome, because then I would, despite having someone that could tell me that my videos look like shit, because I only noticed that always after uploading, but they could also have told me that I forgot about the sugar. Okay, even as a complete coffee hater, this is actually bearable. Now we'll go through this because it's supposed to be 3 trash bags, but it doesn't look like 3 bags, and that's why I'm opening it and creating more waste. What's this? That's nice. The goods that compose the ration are enough for daily needs. Yeah. Avoid direct contact with the flame. Whew, good that they told me. Okay, it's actually really 3 bags. So I guess you really have a trash bag for every meal. That's a nice idea. And I've seen it often enough that people left a huge mess in the forest, although I think soldiers usually know better than to do that. Well, let's check out the first of those, whatever they are. Okay, it says again fruit jelly and fruit taste, and we have those. Those are 4, really nice. Although again, I have to remind you the best sweets I ever had were in the Polish ration. They have such great sweets, it's incredible. And now I know what they mean. This is some light jelly sweet and not a boiled sweet. This is a nothing sweet. Let's taste it. I think it's meant to be apricot, but in the first few seconds it's like that brown liquid that you put on your teeth or on your gums if you have an infection, so that's really appetizing. Let's check out the red ones, which look like, well, strawberry from what I can see here on the sides of the package, and again there's just some jelly sweets. I personally would have much rather preferred that they gave me some actual jelly, so some jam or something of that kind. They do it in other modules. Not really crazy for those sweets in the morning. And so I like having something nice in the morning, and so far we've had 2 gel thingies. Here we have our fondant chocolate. Let's check out if that's any good. I don't want to sound negative, but aside from the beans and pasta and the other can we got, everything has been a bit disappointing, especially considering how much I paid for this damn ration. Wow, that's a real nicely constituted chocolate. Really seems to have a high cocoa amount in it. Okay, it says 45% cocoa. And it tastes like that. It's a darker chocolate. It only doesn't look like it because it has bloomed a bit, but it's a really good chocolate. So this one gets a thumbs up. Wow, that was a great chocolate, really. And now we get to the final part of our immensely big and tasteful breakfast. We have our biscotto dolce. So that's the same crap we had earlier. Yeah, those are these lofty crackers, which are really nice. Don't taste like a whole lot, but still you can only get them in Italy. And I'm not even kidding, I've been all over the world, but these kinds of crackers I've known all my life, because as a kid we've been to Italy often and I remember those crackers, but aside from Italy I've never seen them anywhere in this consistency. If you ate all that, it would fill you up as a breakfast, but really not very satisfying, because you have to eat a bunch of crackers that taste like nothing. You have no jam or anything to put it on, so the breakfast is really not great. The dinner was great, as you remember, but the breakfast so far is not the best. I'm really having high hopes for the lunch. So let's check that out. Okay, here we are finally with the lunch, the piece de resistance. We've had a lot of fun at the expense of the Italians, although you can't really say that because it was at my expense, because I've paid for it. But let's check out the rest of the meal and see if it helps the Italian ration get a better rating in my eye. These are bran tablets, which are a really great idea because many rations make you unregular. Let's see if we can chew those. Okay, to that I say you can, but you probably shouldn't. And here we have our multivitamin pills, which contain a real boatload of important stuff. You can pause here to read it if you're interested. I will try with a smaller piece this time. This actually doesn't taste half bad, but only half, so I won't finish it. I'd say we eat the fruit cocktail at the very end. I mean, we checked out those to the excess by now, so we'll let those be. And we'll go right in the tuna with beans. Again, a nice oily meal with only a regular napkin. No alcohol vibe whatsoever. And I guess we use the spoon for that. Okay, I see the error of my ways. I should have used the fork, but still. The piece tastes pretty great. And now let's check out the actual tuna. That's a nice, very light, very nice, high quality tuna. Again, like the mackerels we had in the dinner portion, is really high grade. And again, when they give you something, they give you good stuff. That's really awesome, especially how am I gonna get this off my hand? I did prepare, however. But it would have been nice to have this maybe for breakfast or something, so that you get anything out of that. But for next time, I'll know. But for regular prepping purposes, I wouldn't buy this ration. So here you can see the tomato juice tuna with the beans. Very nice. Those were 160 grams of that. Okay, this is gonna be our dessert. So I think it's time to see if we're happy about this ration, which will be hard, so this has better be one hell of a soup. Or if we are not so hot on this ration, although it's not a bad ration, I can say this right now, but a few things are missing, but you're still getting plenty of food. Just a few key items like a nice beverage, but if you know that beforehand, you can prepare like the ones I showed last time. You can bring some of those. Okay, put it in. Put it in. Well, okay, here we go. Great, so we'll be back in 12 minutes, which is right now. Okay, here we are. The heater is quiet now after 13 minutes or so. Bit of steam coming out, but not as much as you would expect. So that's not a problem with the Italian ration, but with my heater, still it's way more than hot enough, and also all the residue on the tin cup is a problem with my heater and not the Italian ration. But of course it's a problem of the Italian ration that I only have 1 spoon for the tuna, which admittedly I should have eaten with the fork. But I do have my fruit cocktail and my soup and 1 spoon. So let's see if this soup is as much soup as the beans and pasta was. It actually looks the same color, but so far there's nothing in it. So I'll put it in this bowl. Okay, there was a lot of stuff in there. There is a lot of stuff in there. Check that out. Okay, these are peas, carrots and potatoes. And what else? Okay, we have peas, potatoes, beans. So it's a really nice vegetable soup. Can't really knock you for a vegetable soup, but then again there's really not a lot that one can do wrong with a vegetable soup. We'll use our salt dough, which we have kept, and put all of that in there. At least with the 2 things like the pasta and beans and this soup, it's really not very seasoned at all. Yeah, the salt helped a bit, although not as much as it should have. But really this is just a very simple soup, a very mild soup as you might say. And like I said, carrots, beans, peas and some potatoes. Then again, if you eat all of that, you're probably nicely and filled up for the evening. Although this is lunch. Okay, I forgot about that. I thought this was dinner. Okay, and finally, at the very end, we are checking out our fruit cocktail to see if our lunch, which I ate at dinner time, that's where the confusion came from, is any good. And of course I'll have to use the same spoon, but that's no big deal. Okay, there seems to be a lot of pineapple. Oh, and pears. That's pears, not pineapple, my mistake. A few grapes. Oh, here's something. Okay, a bit of peach, but this is literally the same fruit cocktail you can buy in every store in probably every country in the world. Only you'd probably buy a larger one. And it contains pears, peaches. This one I didn't find half of a cherry inside, which is normally a nice thing. And I don't really want to do it, but let's open a final one of those and see if we can make out how they actually looked before they were crumbled. Well, kind of like this, except for all the cracks, but I guess I'll never get to see how those were supposed to look, but they taste so great. Okay, I've literally gone through everything of this ration, trying to make the most of it. And except for breakfast, you do get a nice meal with both the lunch and the dinner. I did ask in the last video if you preferred music underneath the videos, and there was an overwhelming no to this question. So I'll keep it the way I've done it so far. This is it for today's ration. I don't know what the next one will be, but I did promise I'll start with the American rations, so it'll probably be one of the American ones. If I start with a simple regular one or one of the more specialized one, I don't know. I hope this video was interesting to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos from me and haven't subscribed already, please do, and you'll be informed about new videos whenever I upload. Have a great day, thanks for watching, and bye bye.